Welcome back to Game Wolf Plays Galaxy 2D Edition. I'm your host, Gamonk Wolf. How are we doing? We're doing great. We're going up to the next level, level 6 of the flame side, of the freeze flame side, the burn side of the shiver burn. The jump of a century. Let's go. Kick him in the butt. Show him what's for. Show you this new power-up, the Boomerang Brothers power-up. It basically fills the slot of the Hammer Brothers power-up, but is instead the Boomerang Brothers. Not too weird. Actually, my only issue with it is that the boomerangs look nothing like the boomerang sprites that those said Boomerang Brothers use. Perhaps because they're boomerang bigots. I don't know. But it's all coming back to me. Welcome to Australia. Welcome to Australia. I have boomerangs and I'm upside down. Clearly. Now watch as the toilet flushes in the other direction. Behold. Although, who knows about that? This is precarious. Not being able to see much below me here. It's like, okay. I guess that's one flaw with this gravity design, is that I need the camera to be adjusted to give you more space to see what's above me as I'm doing this, you know? Indeed, going down the slide is how we go down the slide, and then we go up with shrooms, and then I go up the tombs, and then I raid them. They call me Shroom Raider. Wonder how that is nowadays, with your ratings and your tombsings and your shells and all that jazz. Getting all jazzed up. This is a long video, actually, which kind of surprised me, but I guess it shouldn't surprise me. The penultimate worlds tend to be long and involved. Get involved. Leave those coins there. There's a P-switch coming up. It'll make this so much easier, because if you collect those coins, you get the P-switch, you're going to have to resort to bouncing off the red Koopa and being like, okay, looks like I put myself into a corner, but I can work with this. Hitting that P-switch, going up to the sideways, through the coins and the flames. There are no flames, only ices. Remember, bridge ices before road. That makes it a terrorist? Oh my. It's the worst joke I've ever heard, Gaming Wolf. What the heck? Fuck? I don't know. I'm feeling a little caustic lately. Maybe because sometimes it feels like I've been asleep for too long. Like, metaphorically. You know, how people say, wake up, sheeple. You know, I'm just like that. I'm waking up at various times, but not like long enough for me to remember what I was doing. Feels like I'm automatic. Shoo! Manual. Shoo! Daytona. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the Sega Saturn era. Oh, you know what? I think I fell off accidentally. I didn't actually plan doing that, so whoops. Probably because I didn't account for what was below me. And then I remembered exactly where I fell, so that kind of worked out. I wonder how I should get the flag this time with my flag powers. I'm hoping with my next machine, some of the graphical jank will be reduced. You're never going to see it in my recording, but it has to do with how the compositor renders stuff on the display. It's something only I can see at my end. But it's like a micro stutter, as they call it, or something like that. Or it could be the screen tearing, which means something's wrong with whatever runs VSync. I never got around to, like, I made it work out pretty well for me so far. It could also be, you know, some resolutions are not perfect. And, you know, if you end up with, like, thirds of pixels, it's not going to look right. Times it by 3 and see what it looks like. Grab the one up. Oh, this is reminding me of Death Egg Zone in Sonic 3 Knuckles now. Only that had, like... Yeah, that had more than up and down. It had, like, side to side. Sideways gravity, wow! Speaking of, but, you know, before Mario Galaxy, the closest thing I got to playing something like that was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, specifically that stage where you go into space. It's pretty good, actually. You get a few plans. They're like, all right, guess I'm going around and around, Galaxy style. I'm just like, wait a minute. No, this was before Galaxy. My God. Why is this a bonus place? Going through the pipes. If I want to be, question mark exclamate. Going through this coin. Following my head in. Going, what the fuck? Get in. Pipe it up. Why did we hide that in there? Gray pipes, gray pipes, gray pipes, gray pipes. Alright. Oh, okay. I thought I was about to fight him. No. You have to wait for that door to fight him. So that's what we're doing. Again. Wow. Never would have suspected the ultimate in pipe power. I thought I could go for that pipe. You're probably like me when you play Mario. You're just like, I'm gonna check every single pipe known to man. I did this because I realized where the third coin was, probably. Or maybe I didn't. And then I realized my stupid mistake. That's probably what made this video longer than it needed to be. Actually, no. This was the mistake. I had to hit the block like that. So, it is not all for nothing. I just don't know if that means I'd have to do that again if I die at the boss. I don't quite know how the boss checkpoint functions precisely. But it's cool that it's programmed, so, okay. I could end up dying, just by how the physics works when you bounce off these top things. I don't quite understand what you're expected to do. You just kick him to the curb and then you get a TKO, technical knockout. Whew. Do I ever get tired of hearing myself speak? No, that's apparently part of the job now. Gotta put a little personal touch. Now this time you can control whether you're upside down or right side up. And it feels more like a World 7 level already. Well, what else can we do with our newfound powers? Oh yeah, just because enemies are upside down and stuff too, that will not actually control them. I thought about it, but they don't, because they'd have to be able to interact with the switch in order to make that function. So, yeah, if you press the switch near them, they're not going to change. But if they went to an area in which you'd automatically be affected by gravity, yes, then the enemy's relative area or relative motion would change from being upside down to right side up. You know what I mean? Topsy-turvy land. Oi. Shall we tryest againist? Oh, tryst, he says. Behold, the power of the ancients. Ba-ba-da-bop. Boop-boop-a-dop. Mario is doing the thing that he does, Mario. Boop-a-da-bop. Boop-a-da-bop. Going into Mario. Super Mario. Bum 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 soup. Get the soup. Get the soup on! To die on turtle soup. Let's see what we're going with this. Interesting how the boomerang still tries to follow me precisely, even though I've gone upside down. And I don't mean that because I'm firing after the fact. I fire it before I went upside down and was still attempting to follow me around. That, my friend, is elegant, simplistic design. Oh, I never knew about those designs. Well, you're a belong in a sandwich. A sandwich? Yes. Going up there. Going up here in the pipe. And then we swim upwards to victory, except it's downwards. Which way is up? Is that a place I can go? No, it's a one up, just so you know. Didn't need to do that. It was too risky, but I did it anyway, because that's what I do. I do risky things. When they're not called for, why would I do that? I hit this piranha plant with the boomerang, and then I go throw in his face. In face. I want his face off. That movie with Cage and Travolta, where they rip each other's faces off. Holy crap, what's with that thing? I guess I'm gonna have to land on it. It's weird how pools of water end up feeling more like rain clouds when you're upside down. I suppose. But then you're feeling the water rise up into you, and you're like, what's happening? It's like the world's largest bidet. Featuring the Green Berets and their green bidets. Alright. Swimming around town. Town around swim. Pete Townsend? Who's that guy? Alright. So now we're going on this swirl thing. Yeah. I'm feeling that swirl. Oh, swirly, 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 swirly. Swirly, swirly. Yeah, I guess if it was more like Doom, I would have a lot more to talk about based on the, like, level strategy, but how much more strategy can I come up with when I'm just jumping around like a lunatic? I guess if it was harder, I would have a lot more to talk about. That's why I try to, like, make note of any mistakes being made, except most of the mistakes I made while playing this was stuff I saw coming. Or rather, just something I just did irregardless of the level design. Not to mention that the level design is not really something to regard, so that contributes to my lackadaisical attitude right now. Alright, so this is reminding me exactly of the lava ship or whatever in World 8. It's pretty much that, only now it's a midnight blue. Perhaps it's an indigo. Is that a reference of some sort? No. This is gonna we plateaued on our puns lately. Really. I think you're sounding so elite with your jokes. Indeed. Even though I only had 4 of them today. Oh, really? Yeah, yes, a world with Pokemon. Indeed. Oh, boy. Grindfest with my Goombas. Boomers. Look out. It's the Mario Man. He's got the boomerang. Do not anger this Mario. He will smack you in the face. This plant doesn't know what to do when I'm gonna go south and north with you. Oh yeah. Up and down. We're not done yet. We have to actually go inside the ship. In case you thought it was gonna end there. You think this is gonna be short Mario 3 stages? Oh, you're a silly Billy, aren't you? And then we just swim in the crates. And we have those sea urchin things from Mario World. They're back! And they're as thin as ever. They went on a diet. Unfortunately, I must say, this isn't a bad level, but it's probably the least imaginative level. Yep. That's why if I play Donkey Kong Country 2, I'm like, okay, it should look like this, but it doesn't. Oh well. I guess the fact that I can even say anything about it is a tenement to this tenement. Is that so? At least I can kill those guys pretty easy with this. I don't have to wait for fireballs to do their thing. I can just be directly in front of them and be like, hey, you dead. What else can I discuss? Like the various interactions between the power-ups and the enemies that would not normally go together. Although, again, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the things you could do in this, or in any other Mario mod that is below Mario World in terms of engine, can be done in Mario World. So, I mean, like, just do Mario World, okay? Right? I don't know if I like the trend of New Super Mario Brothers in which, like, it's the same way I feel about cartoons where everything has to be CGI. And that's not really the problem. I don't mind computer drawing things. I mind it when you kind of make it... Well, I don't know, but automatically generated modeling is kind of weird. So let's just put it that way. Let's put it behind us. Let's go in an area that has those little blue wading pools for my waders in arms. Bloop. Alright. And then we go to a castle, and then there's an airship, which I guess can't be an airship. There's no oxygen in space. Mario breathes on gumption and shroom sauce. Oh, so the boomerang flower is as blue as the ice... or regular flower. The regular flower, which could be easily confused for the ice flower because it's blue. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, boomerang flowers will probably get the least of in terms of power-ups. That key at the end, that's for something else. Alright, so this fortress or castle is interesting, because what's happening is you're going to these various pipe level formations, probably directly right from World 7, but your goal is to fall upside down in them. So the level design is right side up, you're not. That makes the bunny power-up extremely good, because the camera is not really helping me again. And the other thing is so I don't miss the coins, because I think they're just, you know, kind of in mid-air for the most part. At least the one is. The second one is pretty easy to get to, actually. Going up. Going up. Unfortunately, we don't get those, you know those platforms with arrows on them? Although we saw them earlier, I think the reason why they don't show up in this iteration of this level is because I don't think South Bird doing the upside down mechanics maybe made them work with that platform in particular. Because you'd be hitting it with your head and it just wouldn't function, so I guess he just decided to just take it all out, and that's what we're left with. That's the other thing that sucks about this arrangement, is that I could easily just get damage from a piranha plant by warping into it from the other side. That's not something you ever want to do in a Mario level. So don't let that happen. Or this could happen to you, wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. You see it, all those car salesman proprietorships. I proprietorship this. Ship this! And then Worf became badass by saying 2 words. Ship it. Holy ship. I'm a big ship now. How is it going when this boony Mario head falling upwards into the sky that were bled and were fed some food? Considering all these carrots that give me the powers of rabbit that can float and has superior vision, thanks to beta carotene or whatever the fuck. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alright. Now we do the other upside down. More upside downage. Yep. Remember that one level where if you did it right, you could just skip the whole thing, but I decided to do it the long way? Well, this is part of that. This is I guess there's going to be a lot of meta references to what I did in Mario 3, so you should probably watch that first if you're this far and you don't know what the hell's going on. But if you're this far anyway, I imagine you may have, because you probably like me to some extent, and I'd be like, thanks for having me. And I'd be like, how am I so tolerable? And the answer is, I can't actually answer that. Because it feels like there's a lot of people on this earth I shouldn't be able to get along with. And one of those things is because, well, if you have friends and you have other friends, some of your friends shouldn't actually meet your other friends. Let's put it that way. And then you wonder how I can tolerate, like, opposing people. It's a good thought, though, but just don't let it happen. Unnecessarily. Some people just aren't meant to be mid-boss in the castle because the real boss is on the ship. Although, let's be honest, it's probably Bowser Jr. again. Just doing his Bowser Jr. thing. Pumpkins. They're in the country. Just makes me nostalgic for the good old days. Wow, right in the nostalgia. Ugh, you punch someone so hard and they're thinking about the past. Ow, the nostalgia! Right? That's kind of always a throwaway joke, because I'm just like, yeah, it's old. I get it. If I didn't know that, I wouldn't be talking about it, so, you know. Your observation is about as obvious as mine, which is saying something, because I'm not that obvious all the time. The thing with things, the way I talk about being obvious, is that I say them under the same breath as I talk about complicated things. So, if something I say is pretty obvious to you, and then you listen later, just keep listening, because I'll say something that isn't obvious, and then you'll be like, oh shit, I feel dumb now. Or the other way around. Like, it could depend, because some things that are obvious for some people aren't obvious to others, so it varies, you know? Not something as simple as being like, shoot that with a fireball kills it. Like, not that level of common. I guess if I had to explain how the fireball mechanic works, I probably just did that, like, on the first video of Mario 3. I'm just like, alright, that's it. You know how the fire works. Forget about it. It's pretty much anyone watching Mario just like, they know it works. I've never met someone who doesn't actually know how Mario functions as a game. And this is like for lots of people who might not even ever play video games in their entire life, and they know how the Mario functions, okay? So, explaining it is a little pointless in the way I do it. Oh, he's taken Tatanga's ship. I get it. Specifically from the Mario Land 2 iteration, so now we know what happened to him. But also, the gravity's reversed! Woo! Alright. At least it's a little different. Instead of just him being in a clown car again, he's in a space car! Where's Eternal Star? Where's Spaceland? I don't know, but I hit you 3 times again, which means I rule the school. Time to say stuff. Where's he going? I guess we gotta join him for World 8. They have taken your special one to the center of the universe. We must go. Okay, Rosalina. Thanks for existing. Yeah? Okay, cool. Or as my one friend used to call him, Emo Beach. They kidnapped your special one while you're traversing the galaxies. She is at Bowser's Galaxy in the center of the universe. I will take you there in my starship. Go forth, heroes. And that's really just because of the hairstyle. But it's like, it is kind of weird to me, because to me I was just like, this just looks like another Peach with a different outfit. So, not different enough. I just thought it strange at first. And that her name isn't actually Rosalind, because we could get a lot of good mileage out of that name. See you next time when I do the Bowser in the next 2 videos. Woo!